Hello everybody! We are back again for a new live finals live streaming. This time Enrico here from the Reply headquarter office and live this time for the Reply Investment Challenge finals. As promised, today is April 24th and we are more than happy in welcoming all the players connecting together with us right now. Of course the players, but even the curious people that wants to learn more about our new streaming finals that is about to start at 9:30 right now. It's actually, we are live right now at 9, and in about 30 minutes we'll start these new finals. As always, I'm not alone, and together with me, our friends of the Reply Titanium team, the team of repliers who are in charge of designing the Reply Investment Challenge. So yeah, like the strange period we are living in requires, we have all connected in home working mode and streaming my dear friends that I will present you again, but you are used to know them if you have followed us in this month of investment challenge, specifically during the qualification round from March 30 to April the 9. I will start to present, I will start to present again my friends. Paolo Fabris from Avantage Reply, the coach of the Titanium team. Ciao Paolo.
Ciao Enrico, hi everybody.
Hi there, hope everything is fine. And we'll move to Emilio Longobardi, again from Avantage Reply. Ciao Emilio.
Ciao Enrico, hello everybody. Here we are, we have arrived, so is the final part of our trip. So yes. The most amazing part.
Yeah.
We are all here.
You're right. Quite excited to run together this final, kilometer, more than 1 kilometer, I guess. Yes. Kind of a marathon, because it will be,
of course,
a kind of one day of, but we'll be in a while. We'll tell you more about our time schedule today. Let me finish the loop with my mate, Davide Cagnati. Ciao, Davide.
Hi, Enrico. Hello, everyone. It's always an honor to be with all of you. And the first good luck of the day to all the players competing today in the final round.
Yeah, thank you very much. And of course, we extend your wishes to all the people right now connecting. Let me remind you that, again, you can follow us on challenges.reply.com, as always, and using the YouTube chat in order to get in touch together with us and send us just your greetings. I see many people already connecting, say hello. And of course, we are live on Facebook as well, Reply You Facebook page. And you can get in touch with us on the Telegram channel. And most of all, I'm addressing this to the players, to the 100 final players who are about to start the game. Use the platform chatboard in order to get in touch with the Reply Titanium team for any kind of doubt you may have during our game. All right, so since Davide has already mentioned the numbers of the online qualification round, it might be wise to show you in a dedicated graphics the numbers of these qualification round that we had. Thank you very much to the control room. Yes, we spent together a lot of time from March the 30th till April the 9th, together with more than pretty much 8,500 registered people that played with us during that awesome 10 days of playing. You remember quite well our live streaming. Every couple of days, every 48 hours, we get in touch with all the players, and it was been an amazing race altogether. An amazing amount of time that you spent, players, on the BG Saxo platform in order to qualificate yourself as the best 100 traders. And so you can see here more than 23 years of total time spent on the platform, 100 and almost 70,000 total numbers of trades on the platform, and actually a very great result, because more than the 63% of players get more than 1 million, more than the 1 million that they started with as the pretended money, amount of money, of course, that they had at the beginning of the time. Those results gives us the list of the top 100 players that has to play in this final round that we are about to start today. Of course, we have a set of rules that I like to comment together with Paolo. that are specific for this final round. So let me welcome Paolo again, and I would say that we can welcome again our players and start talking about how the final works. Hello, Paolo.
Yeah, Enrico, thank you. You're right. Considering the difference in timing and situation of this day, we have to think it in a different way compared to what we did in the qualification round. So what we will do today is to think we are a financial advisor of a client, and our client will give us at the beginning of this day 1 million euro to manage throughout this, I would say, compulsive day. This will be a day that will be packed with information, financial news. Market volatility will still be very high. We have seen in the past few days that there were situations quite peculiar. Just think to the oil market, just to mention the least. And so there will be challenges in order to be able to find out the way to manage this money. The idea of this day is not to, let's say, gamble with this money. So you are not going to give it out in one shot. You should prepare your strategy. You should think to your strategy in order to better invest this money. And you will have to report it. So at the end of the day, not only you will be asked to give us, to show that you perform perfectly in terms of amount. So showing us that you were able to somehow multiply your money, to increase your money, your revenues, not only to do that, to protect it. So a risk management strategy not driven by specific events like we did in the first round of the qualification, but given to your wisdom in order as a player, as a financial advisor, as it should be in real life situations. So your client trusts you, gives you the money, his wealth, and you're responsible to protect it and to get some gain out of it. The reason why we are stressing this, it's also because at the end of the day, you will ask to, present a report highlighting, lining out your strategy, explaining us why you did what you did. So in order to be into the final podium of this challenge, you will need to not only to give us a number, but also the reasons why you chose that strategy to get to that number.
Okay. So, thank you, Paolo. Sorry, I'll continue by showing you another graphics in order to recap the things you were mentioning, so that we can spend all together a second in order to review the 3 main points of the rules for the game today. That one. Thank you very much to the control room. As you may see, we are reminding the rules. So to all the players, you'll be given a new account with a virtual balance of 1 million euro, and you receive it together with the new ID and password to be used in order to access the platform. Point number 2, you will have, of course, from 9:30, so in about 20 minutes, to 5 o'clock in this afternoon, PM Central European Solar Time, to trade on BG's XO platform. And then point number 3, as you recap, let me get if it's right or not, but I hope so. Your goal will be to preserve your capital and make a profit. Then, of course, we'll be back to the report part too as well. Paolo, are you fine with the way we're trying to recap the rules?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you explained very well the part of, again, the kind of role game we are proposing to the players, and the kind of, the attention that we are asking, that we require to the strategy. And but those are not the only things that that are worthy to remember. And so I'm moving to Emilio. Emilio, can you hear us?
Hello, Enrico.
Hi there, and because you are the guys, you are the man of rules, actually, the man of the penalizations that are worthy to be remembered as well. So I will invite you to show to the players that are about to start the game which kind of penalization they are about to face.
Yes, of course, Enrico. Thank you for this name that you have done to me.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I have to say it's really cute. It's really cute.
That's a part, not the most beautiful part of the job, but this is it.
Yes, of course, and we have done. So there are three penalization, as we have said. The first is the report that Paolo mentioned before. So this will be one of the most important parameter that we will use to judge your portfolio, to judge your strategy and the actions that you have made during your final round.
Yeah, but let me remind, sorry, that via email, all the players have received the template of the report, and they so can have a better outlook of what kind of report, of course, we are asking to compile, to fill, in order to showcase to the jury, to the Titanium team, their own strategy. So that might be, we hope it's useful for everybody.
Yes, of course. This should be and could be really useful in order to take some notes during our strategy, thinking about why we are making this type of trade or this other, in order to remember, in order to structure in the best way possible the report. That, remember, is the first of the three penalties that we have think about. The other two penalties are the same of the online round, but we have a little bit changed it. So first of all, the first penalty, the number of trades that you should do in order to avoid that penalty. We have reduced the number of trades, of course, because you are playing a 1-day challenge and not a 10 days challenge. And so we have reduced the number of trades, the minimum amount to be done in order to avoid the penalties, to 15 trades in a day. I have seen that during the online phase, all the users on average have made every day about 13 trades every day. So it means that in case you perform at the same level of the online round, you will be penalized. And if we consider the first 100 of the online round, so the people as you that are playing this final round, about the 20% of you could have been penalized from penalization 1 with the same level of performance taken in the first round. This is really important to not stop performing, not stop make trades. And where you have to make these trades, on what asset classes.
Yeah, let me show before the graphic with penalization number 1, yes, in order to recap the things you have already mentioned. Okay, thank you again to the control room. Those are the, if I have to recap, we changed the number of trading operation that during the online phase were 30, if I'm right, I hope so. And right now we reduce it, of course, for a matter of timing, because we are playing just for 1 day and not 9 and not 10. So 15 is the limit that we set in order to proceed in this final phase. And then you can see, yes, of course, they are recapped the different kind of penalization on the total profits and loss that are set during the final round. Okay, I guess of course, all these informations are recapped in a document that the finalists have received via email, and I guess we can move to penalization number 2. That is actually the third one, if we want to admit the report writing as a kind of penalization. I think so. Please, Emilio.
Yes, Enrico. We can move to the first penalization, that is the second one for the online round, and in particular this regards the asset classes. So what asset classes do you have to use in order to avoid the penalization, in order to take your profit and loss made on the portfolio not touched? There are more asset classes that you have to use. You can use in order to avoid the penalization. We enlarged the number from 5 to 7 specific asset classes. And I would like to report to you, and I don't know, Enrico, if you only would like to show it on the display while I'm talking. The penalization are, the asset classes are Forex, contract option, future, CFD on commodity, CFD on Forex that are the same of the previous online round. And we had also stock and bond because, as Paolo said before, now you are an advisor. Now you have the money of your client and you could use all the asset classes that you prefer. And we think that those asset classes are the best chance for an advisor to produce a good result for his clients. So also, there are some more asset classes, some specifics that you can use, but there is also a minimum number of specific asset classes to use in order to avoid the penalty. And in particular, you have to use 5 asset classes. Please, Enrico.
Yes, I see many people actually already anticipating the answers in the chat on YouTube at least, and I hope we are doing a good job in answering live. So actually, I'm just measuring that the people are excited to start. And I would say that, yeah, let us recap just the rules in order to do it. But anyhow, till the start of our finals, we still have 14 minutes because it's 9:16 right now live, Central European Solar Time. And we will start again in a few. I would say that we have quite highlighted the kind of rules and the 2 penalization thanks to Paolo and Emilio. We can spend, just because we have built a graphic so we can show it, we can repeat the thing of the report writing that is, I would say, one of the most important part of the game. So again, yes, I will read together with you the graphics that is pretty much what we have already said. All top players will then have to send a detailed report within 5 days, this is important, explaining their investment strategy. We are expecting to receive it via email. You will already have received specific information about it. We will start reviewing it from the first position in order to apply a kind of qualitative evaluation of each strategy to define the final rankings. This is wise to remember because at the end of the day today, what we will get at the end is just a kind of temporary leaderboard that will just measure the profits and loss that at the end of the day we will have, but that will be not at all the kind of final leaderboard. We will have to apply the qualitative evaluation of your report. In the end, you have to convince the Titanium team, Reply Titanium team, that your position is more than just lucky gambling. I see Davide raising his hand, so I will move to him.
We already received some question about, okay, if there is a limit of my initial million or of my money that I can invest on a single asset class or in a single, we can say, contract. The answer is no, there is not such a predefined limit, but it's important to remember that the final evaluation will be totally qualitative. So the leaderboard that you will see today or in the next days is only temporary. And it doesn't mean if you make a lot of money just gambling, because you have to convince our team that your investment strategy is not a gambling strategy. So remember that everything you do must be considered into an investment environment. So yes, take your risk, because nothing is free risk in life, and especially here in finance. But remember that in this case particularly, you have to convince some people at the end of the good of your strategy. So keep this in mind while you are trading, because this is the real goal of this challenge.
Such a young boy and such a wise man in the same person. you had shared kind of good suggestions to our friend. I hope that they will get in touch with, I mean, I was joking, but of course I do agree, as all of us. I hope that these, I mean, as an, for sure, a not professional trader as I am, I guess that this report writing thing is the core of what we are looking for somehow, Paolo. Do you agree? Is the DNA somehow? We want to get in touch with the real the real strategy, of course, the real way of trading that our players will have to apply.
Yeah, Enrico, correct. The point here is that, as you summarized, the players will have to convince us that the result of their strategy is not just lucky gambling, as you said. And here with the report, they will explain us how they get to the result they got. So, for example, we are not giving any guideline, any strategy related to input related to how much they have to parcel their median. So no percentages on how much they can or cannot invest in each single class or each single trade, because it's completely up to you. As we did in the first part, we leave the participants free to choose their strategy. So the point is not only what you're doing, but how and why you're doing that. Do you have in mind something specifically when you're doing something, or you're just tossing the dice? So that's going to be the important point to highlight, and what we want to find in the report. The report will be the I would say 75% of your evaluation.
Okay, thanks for highlighting these. I guess that they had the quite amount of information in order to better define their own strategy. Since in 9 minutes we will start the final round, and so those are the minutes in which you are, kind of better evaluating where and how to start. I would like to say, I mean, we can spend some more minutes in order to evaluate again. I mean, to recap our path that drives us to these final round, because we started a month ago, but that's an inside job. We started in promoting at the beginning of March the investment challenge, collecting such a high number of registrations, and actually we were quite surprised by the number, the attention. At the beginning, we were pretty much maybe just a bit humble in saying that we entitled this investment challenge the one for those who are passionate about finance. We may say that there are many people that might not be a kind of maybe not professional traders, because those are if we are talking about students, it's just a matter of passion. So what have you been surprised by that kind of engagement that drives us to the final round today?
Personally, as a student myself, I haven't been surprised, because if you go to the composition of our players, among the more 8,000 that we have for the initial round, they come from 64 different countries. They are mostly in their 20s, early 20s. We can say someone is not even in their 20s. And the interesting part, I think, for all of them, the bonding thing is that every one of us in our life has some experience with money. So we know that trading and investment is not a game. It's not a game because it's dangerous. It's not something that is risk-free. You can lose something in real life. So I think that many of them took this opportunity as a place where they can safely understand something more about this market that is the world. And I can suggest that there is still a way for every one of you, not only the last 100 standing in the final, but for every one of you to gain something for yourself. And is the learning section that is still up. You can still download, you can still read our materials made with Banca Generali and Politecnico of Milan. And this is a way that everyone that is interested, not only passionate about finance, but interested to better understand the world around him, and learn something and improve his skills. So my suggestion is learn the more you can.
That is, again, a wise suggestion by you, Davide. I see tons of questions appearing on challenges.reply.com YouTube player chat. I guess that we can answer. I mean, the challenges team is already answering on remote mode. I mean, by just writing the answer in the chat board. I see Giacomo asking, is possible to know Titanium's team business in order to better apply and optimize performance risk adjusted strategy? That's for sure for you, Paolo. Which is your business?
I mean, as Avantage Reply, which is the company behind the Titanium team, within Reply, we are specialized in risk management. So risk management means nearly everything related to risk. So we can include here any kind of risk. So mainly, of course, in the financial services, where we are considering all kinds of risks. So from market risk, liquidity risk, exchange rate risk, interest rate risk, credit risk, whatever, operational risk. Now we are building a model for the reputational risk. So, I mean, any kind of risk is within our business.
Okay, I hope that Giacomo gets some more information in order to it's a kind of a tricky question because, of course, he has to leverage, I mean, all the players, not only Giacomo, has to leverage on their own strategy, but somehow they want to better understand who will read my strategy. And so I can get some kind of insights in order to better persuade and convince the Titanium's team that my strategy is the best one. I see, actually 4 minutes at the start of our final round. So I will ask to the control room to show the last and final, the credentials graphics that we have prepared. That is the one, yes, reminding you that you, all the players, you have now new credentials. Your new password will appear in a matter of minutes in your email boxes. So you will get there the password you have to use, and you will get your user ID, your new user ID on challenges.reply.com. So let's wait on your email email address for the new password, and you will get on challenges.reply.com your user ID in order to start. We have to stress this point. You have to use new user ID and new password respected to the ones that you used during the online round, the online qualification round. That is important, of course, in order to play with us. I will remind you again that if you need to get in touch with us, there are many ways. The most important one probably is to mention Reply Titanium on challenges.reply.com in the meanwhile you are playing, because we will read, of course, those questions for first, and those will be the ones most related, I would say, with the game rules and the game mechanism. Of course, we will be live on Telegram, the channel that we have already shared many times during those days. We will be live again with a new live streaming at 1:30 till 2 in order to get this half-time report, let me say, at the lunchtime somehow. Since we are at the breakfast right now, we will have the lunch together, guys. Are you ready? And then, most of all, I would say not the most important, but a very special moment will be at the end of the day at 5 o'clock p.m. Central European Solar Time. We'll be live with many special guests that will, at the end of the game, because at 5 o'clock we will freeze the temporal leaderboard, and the game will be off. The game will be over for all the finalists. But you will, we are kindly invited to stay with us on challenges.reply.com again, because we will have this final live streaming together with many special guests. There will be Gian Maria Mossa, CEO at Banca Generali, Giampaolo Bazzani, CEO at BG Saxo. I mean, a very special players that have collaborated with us. Professor Marco Giorgino from the MIT, Politecnico di Milano, and from Reply, Roberto Tognoni, executive partner at Reply, and of course Paolo Fabris, coach of the Titanium team and partner at Avantage Reply. So big and special guests in order to end our challenge all together and say hello and greetings, and I would say even some insights and lesson learned about this first reply investment challenge that we had all together. I see questions already appearing, but I guess we are already taking care of them all together. Guys, I mean, we have pretty much reached the end of our time, and we can say just a kind of good luck and wish to all the players. Any special message at your side?
Enrico, from my side, just bear in mind that the report is the key to be successful. We sent you, let's say, the highlights that we would like to see, but not follow the report word by word. It's just the hints that you will have to follow. Bear that in mind and focus on your strategy. That is what we want to see there. Not report, not trade by trade, but the overall strategy.
Emilio.
Yes, I only want to give good luck to everyone because we arrived and so we will finish all together. This is only what I would like to say. So we will see.
Okay, Davide?
Well, the bell has rung, so good luck to everyone. My suggestion is get a plan, stick to it, maybe change it, it's not important, but do something that you see the idea behind it and something that you can be proud at the end of the day, you win or you lose. So good luck again.
All right, 9:30 guys, so game is on. We are sending right now the emails to all the players in order to get the password and start and log in and start the final round. We were, I guess, I would say such on time in order to start, and we will keep answering all the questions, on the YouTube chat board. And again, you can get in touch with the Titanium team by mentioning them on the internal chat board on challenges.reply.com. Meeting all together again at 1:30 Central European Solar Time as always for a new live streaming all together with us. Because there will be some kind of half-time report. We will share with you some insights, how it's going, answering might be big questions that might appear there. And again, be back for the final live streaming at 5 p.m. always on challenges.reply.com. From Enrico and my side, that's all for now, and we'll be back at 1:30. All right, guys?
All right.
Good luck to all the players. Enjoy the Reply Investment Challenge final round. See you later. Ciao, guys. Goodbye.